Is last pick more advantageous than first pick in the draft phase? My name is Rex and I'll be answering that question in today's video. Obviously I haven't uploaded in 6 months, but I'd like to say that I am back, hopefully more consistently this time. If you have any ideas of what you'd like to see in the future, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments. And without further ado, we're getting into the draft here on the bottom right of your screen. They went Daryl first pick, we responded with the Brock and Mandy for our 2-3 turn. They went Piper and Belle for the 4-5, and as for the last pick, I went the Alley. Now the thought process here was that Alley is really good on this map first of all. They have a lot of bushes and the water. Also really good into the Belle and the Piper, as you can 2-tap them with damage gear and 3-tap without. And the Daryl can't really do much on his own. Yes, he does a lot of damage, but if my teammates can stop him from getting to the safe and I handle the Piper and the Belle, they're gonna get no damage. And as you can see, the match is going really quickly here. This is the pre-nerf Alley, by the way, the most broken brawler in the game. Now it is quite nerfed, not as good anymore, but still worked fantastically here as a last pick. As you can see, I'm just going in, using these bushes, and again, Alley had no unload delay, so you could just unload them as fast as your ping and Wi-Fi allowed, which allowed me to decimate these guys. And of course you get the double damage right after using your super. Their safe is already at 20%. What happened in this game? I've just been talking so much, the game's already over. Bang, round 1 done. Hopefully in this second game I'll actually be able to talk you through a little bit more of the process, what I was thinking here with the Alley. But man, this last pick really is paying off here. You have an outlook of the entire draft, and really you can choose the one brawler which counters them the most using this last pick. So, moving into the second game here, I move right into the mid, pop the gadget for that extra speed, and they play this a little bit more tactically here, staying back, not really feeding themselves. But again, I just jump in, unload 3 quick shots. Unfortunately, I do go down. The Mandy does get a nice super onto the safe. 15% taken off already. Brock gets a nice kill. I pop my gadget again, get the Piper down, and again, I'm not going to bother with the Daryl. I'll just let my teammates take care of that. Pop the super, get that double damage off, get the Belle, and here I'm playing it a little bit more defensively. I don't want to go in and die unnecessarily. Also, I want my teammates to take the shield out, and there the Mandy is firing off a super onto the shield, which means it did no damage. That's why the thumbs down pin came down. Brock and me dealing some major damage, second shield pops, and again, they really have no answer to the Alley. And how would they, right? It was the 6th pick, there's nothing they can do into it. Again, dealing massive damage here. Second shield about to pop, no, that's a 3rd shield actually. The match is going way too fast for me. 3rd shield down, Mandy comes in with a super 17%. Piper jumping in, can't really do anything though. And here, I actually make a mistake. I probably shouldn't have gone so aggressive because I gave up full positioning just for 1 shot. I probably should have stayed in the bushes and played a little bit more tactically. Mandy fires off a super which I think missed. I need to watch that back. How do you miss the safe which is standing still? I'm trying to get some positioning here. I get my super, try and go into the grass again, pop it, and I just want to get that double damage shot and then finish off the safe here. I'm going in, but obviously since it pulses, they can see you periodically, but it doesn't matter. I finish off the safe, and let's check these stats out. 6 and 5, but still, I did the most damage, which gives me the star player. Last pick Alley. Moving into the second game of the video, we have Layer Cake here. See, they went for the first pick, Squeak, and then my teammates go for the Hank and the Gus. Pretty solid synergy. You can give the Hank the shield, get the 4k HP shield, and also the 25% damage boost if you're running that particular star power. And then they go for the Berry and the Brock 4-5, which is pretty interesting. And as soon as they went the Brock, one brawler sprung into my mind. Instantly I knew what to go as the last pick, and it's quite obvious. The pick that I chose to go for was the Lily. Of course, it had to be the Lily. The Squeak has no way of dealing with the Lily up close. Brock and Barry, sure, they have their gadgets, but once they've used them up, they have nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. the Lily does way too much damage up close along with the super as well. Easy to 2-tap pretty much any of these brawlers, especially with the extra damage from the hypercharge, even though the hypercharge is just overkill for these 3 brawlers. And of course we have the vanish gadget as well, which allows us to reposition. It's really good off the start of the game. As you'll see, it allows us to get into their bushes, assassinate them, and of course the hypercharge bounces off walls as well, so these guys are not safe anywhere. So yeah, let's see how this Lily last pick fares. Alright, hopping right into the game here. Lily last pick secured. I picked it with confidence, knowing that it would do really well into all 3 of the brawlers that they picked here. So yeah, starting off the match, typical play, just gadget into their side of the bushes, try and get some control, or at the very least your super. And as you can see, an unfortunate chain of events is occurring. First getting hit by the Brock gadget, then the Berry gadget just being juggled around. I do take the first death, but Hank manages to close the gap a bit. I do get my first super, go straight onto the Squeak, free kill. Nothing the Squeak can do there. So we have the 5 stars plus the blue. And here, as you can see in the bottom left, I'm just waiting, right? I'm gonna play patient, wait for an opportunity, see where I can get at least 2 kills, right? I want to cycle my super. Squeak does throw a nice gadget. I do get caught by it, but I don't really care. I'm just gonna run through it, get the Brock. I'm gonna pop the hypercharge here. Again, very overkill for the Berry. Do get the Berry, get the Squeak as well, and it's a team wipe just like that. That's how easy it can be with Lily sometimes. Now they're panicking. Berry comes in, somehow gets the kill and gets back out. But again, I'm going in with the gadget. Brock is not expecting it, and he pops the gadget, but where's he going? Right into my super. 19 stars in the blue, and this is looking way too easy. Berry pops hypercharge. I don't know what the Berry's doing, honestly. He thinks he's invincible with the hypercharge, I think. But he ends up going down 21 stars in the blue, and I got the last kill as well. Lily is working fantastically here. And the gadgets, as I mentioned, from the Berry and the Brock, they're not really doing much, right? As long as you play around them, you should be fine. So yeah, same trick. Pop the gadget off the start, get into their side. Brock is not expecting it. He pops the gadget, but he gets away, but the Squeak is dead. He essentially got bailed out by his teammate there. I got my super, which is the position you want to be in off the start, right? You want to get that super as fast as possible with Lily. Hank doing his thing on the right hand side. Does get a nice kill there. We haven't conceded a single death yet, so it's looking pretty good. Go in for the Squeak, get that nice kill. And again, the Berry gadget throws me into the Brock shots, which is not good. Gus goes down as well, which means the lead is tightening and Hank is caught out of position, so they take the lead here. So what I'm trying to do here is just to get my super and hold a little bit of a higher position on the map, which is what I'm doing, right? I'm pretty much just playing in their spawn so that they can't really push back, but they can't go forward either. They're gonna be held in the center of the map. And my teammates aren't really doing much in terms of the pinch hit, so I'm forced to go in here, get 5 stars, get the blue star as well. I'm forced to pop the gadget to get out. And I thought I was being smart here, but the Berry does scout me out. He gets a hypercharge super to the face in return. Hank holding that position on the right hand side, not doing too bad. Brock breaks open that entire side, but I don't know if it's really that helpful for them. Now the Gus is going to be able to go to town on these guys. Get the gadget down as well. Doesn't pop it though. Hank, fantastic super there. And it's looking bad for them. It's looking really bad. The Brock really shouldn't have opened that right hand side up. Super gonna be whiffed, and as you can see, I'm not really doing that much, right? I don't have a super. I don't really want to be risking it here, especially since I have the blue star. Hank kind of overstays his welcome, but still not enough for them to take the win. We end up finishing the game there, and 10-2 on the Lily. That is the effect that a good last pick can have on your matches.